lackluster last night. It was a hell of a night. I mean, it was lackluster in some points, but for the most part, it was actually pretty good. I mean, first of all, the crowd reaction. I mean, of course, it's at Madison Square Garden. It's always going to have a great reaction, no matter if it's for the heels or for the faces. It's just a great night overall. Now, the first match really set the tone and kind of fucked up the tone a little bit because it was John Morrison against the United States champion Dolph Ziggler for the title. Now, throughout this match, there was "We Want Ryder" chants followed with "Woo Woo Woo." And the match itself, I really wasn't paying attention to a lot, but just because John Morrison was in this match, and I honestly do not believe John Morrison should have been in this match because, of course, if you remember, his contract will expire very soon unless he re-signs, which I'm not sure on that. But for the most part, it's probably expired up to now or close to now. And who knows what's going to happen? It's probably just this match is probably to help make him re-sign or something like that. I don't know, but for the most part, it was actually pretty, kind of chain wrestling-ish and kind of not needed. Because at the end, we all knew what was going to happen. Dolph Ziggler retains the title to the chagrin of the fans. And afterwards, Dolph has a promo about beating that and just a random, forward, all just the same old shit. And then Ryder comes out to a big ovation from the crowd. Huge ovation. Attacks Ziggler. And, Ziggler leaves. Because he has another match coming up, which is a Survivor Series. Traditional matchup. Overall, this match wasn't that bad as I'm saying it was. Just because I don't remember much of it. But the next match was amazing. The Divas Lumberjill match. Beth Phoenix versus Eve for the Divas title. No, I'm probably just saying that because I actually care about the Divas division, and probably one of the 10% that actually does, but not because of that. Not because of the Lumberjills, which, to be honest, they were barely even used. But for the finish of the match, Eve did her grinding, butt shake, moonsault shit thing, and then goes to the top rope, and then misses a moonsault, I would assume. But then Beth Phoenix is up on top. Actually, no. Eve was was straddled against the ropes, which honestly, that's probably not the first time she's been straddled anyway, but she was just her body was prone on the ropes, basically. And then Beth went on the middle rope, grabbed Eve, put her feet on the top rope, which basically made a top rope / middle rope glam slam from the ropes for the pin and the win. The crowd was fucking popped their asses off for that one moment. That made the Divas division credible again, in my opinion. Just a fucking unbelievable move from the top and middle ropes to make a glam slam to retain the title. That was brilliant. And of course, Rock has an amazing promo for the New York crowd, and it's definitely worth watching the replay just for that promo. I'm not going to spoil anything because it was just so great. And the next match, Team Barrett versus Team Orton. Not a lot of these people got a lot of crowd reaction, but gosh, I mean, it was really different in a New York crowd. And Cody, at this point, got the biggest pop out of all of them, which is weird, because apparently he went from face to heel, or heel to face just by getting knee pads, apparently, from what people are saying. But at this point, it was just kind of weird to have Cody Rhodes have the biggest pop out of anything. Because normally you would think like the little jammies and shit would give Randy Orton the best pop, but nothing. Anyway, again, it was representing Team Orton, Sin Cara, Orton, facing Ryan, Sheamus, and Kofi Kingston, the tag champion, against Team Barrett, which is Wade Barrett, Intercontinental Champion Cody Rhodes, Jack Swagger, Hunico, and United States Champion Dolph Ziggler. Why the fuck did I say Dolph Swagger? Whatever. And just almost instantly, Randy Orton, Ziggler and Kofi are like in action and shit. And then Orton gets tagged in and automatically gets an RKO, and Dolph Ziggler's eliminated immediately, which was weird, really weird. I don't know what WWE's thinking there, but Team Orton, like almost the next frame, lost the tag, lost a member as well, because when Kofi and Ziggler did they did like a double suicide botch bomb or some shit like jumping over the top rope and shit, and apparently Sin Cara had a torn ankle or whatever the hell it was. It was a torn patella or something like that. I am not quite sure. Yes, it was a ruptured patella tendon rupture. Would be out for 6 to 9 months because of that botch bomb. So, you know, honestly didn't think at the time it was that bad, but now the reports and medical reports saying that he will be out for a while, which is kind of sad because ironically he was in his Mystico attire in a way. And when I say Mystico attire, you'll see that in the replay of the pay-per-view, I would assume. But following the injury, it was just complete chaos in that entire match from that point in, because Rhodes eliminated Ryan with Crossroads, and I was surprised he even got it on Mason Ryan, so that's a hell of a thing for a 4-3 advantage at that point. Then Barrett took out Kingston for Wasteland for a 4-2. Then Sheamus basically did the WWE 2011 repeated stomp thing in the corner with his knees. Getting disqualified intentionally. I don't know if it was intentionally or unintentionally. Emotions were running high at that point, so he probably did not hear the count, so Sheamus got disqualified, making a 3-1 advantage. And Sheamus blasted Swagger for good manager with a brogue kick after he got disqualified. Orton came in to get the easy pin on Swagger, making it a 3-on-1 advantage. And then instantly he got another RKO on Hunico, which was expected. And that got another pin 2-1. Now, Orton dropped Rhodes with an RKO. Barrett swooped in and hit the wasteland on the Viper, leaving Barrett and Rhodes the whole survivors. Cody did the majority of this match. I don't fucking care if Wade Barrett made it to the end of the match. Barrett, in my mind, is not a sole survivor. He was an opportunist little prick. Then again, some British people are. Not naming any names. But, in my mind, Cody Rhodes was a sole survivor. And you could tell by that crowd, they did not give a fuck about Wade Barrett. They didn't. Ask anyone, and they did not give a shit about Wade Barrett, especially during the promo FE matches after with Wade Barrett. They didn't give a shit about him. Cody Rhodes stole the show in my mind, and Cody Rhodes, dashing or undashing, won that match on his own. And ironically, Orton is no longer consecutive sole survivor, which he was from a few years in Survivor Series teams, actually 3 times in a row. So, if anything, that will make Barrett have some more credibility, even though he doesn't deserve it, in my mind. That was only 3 matches, so we'll just cut this because of the fucking iPhone YouTube limit shit, and then we'll go to the next part.